Hi there, Phil Simborg from the Backgammon Learning Center, and today I'm going to present you with a problem and hopefully a solution. So first of all, it's a money game. No, it's 11 away, same as a money game, and red to play 2-1. What is your play here? Give it some thought. You can pause the video if you want. There's obviously two plays. There is hitting and making the 4-point, or there is not hitting. And if you don't hit, then you play inside somehow. So that's the first question of whether you hit or not. Then the next question is, if you don't hit, what do you do? Okay, you ready for the answer? Well, I hit and covered, and it's very, very wrong. And I really didn't understand why it was very, very long. And I got explanations from a couple of very top people, my co-teachers, Perry and Stick, gave me very, very good explanations that they certainly would not have hit. Hitting is a huge error. And if you didn't hit, congratulations. And if you hit like me, you made a huge error just like I did. Let me plus the best non-hitting play and the hitting play, and you'll see that it's a double blunder, 18% error to hit. And as I look at this, I just don't see, even after I heard the explanations. And of course, the first explanation of why you don't hit is you are leaving 4 shots immediately. Let's take a look at the hitting play. In this play, you get hit with a double 5, 6, 5, and double 6. So 4 times right away you get hit, and let's just assume when you get hit you lose almost all the time. Not all the time, but almost all the time. If you don't come in with a 1-6 or something like that, you're going to be doubled out, or maybe he'll play on because he's too good. By the way, most of the time he does play on. So you have, that's about 11% right there, 4 shots. And as the experts say to me, you have to come up with a lot of reasons to overcome the 11 immediate shots that you're leaving. As it plays out, you might not leave that many shots, or you might not leave shots again. So I still didn't see it. I didn't see why bringing this game home isn't easier than bringing this game home. And I see, by the way, the beauty of 4-1, leaving yourself a 5 to play so that you don't have to play a 5 off of here. For example, if you move this and you rolled a 3-2, not a 3-2, but if you rolled a 5-1 or a 5-2, you'd be immediately, well, 5-1, leaving an immediate shot. Anyway, you have more numbers to play from here. So I do see the beauty of that play. This play is close, and 0.009, well, let's plus it again. Rollouts are the most accurate way to see what XG has to say, but plus is also very good. So it clearly is better to play this play. So the best way to try and see, if you don't see it by logic and reasoning, why one play is better than another, is to play it out a few times both ways. So what I did is I took this play and saved it as play A, and I took this play and saved it as play B. And I played each one out a few times, and I'm going to show you how I did it and what I did. So the first thing is I go to File. Well, again, the first thing was to save it. I take this position, and I make play A, and I go File, Save as play A. And then I put it back, and I make this play, and I go File, Save as play B. But I go one step further. When I save this as play B, I put blue on roll, and I put it on cube action, so I don't know what the roll is going to be. So this is play B, and the other is play A. So let's play it out my way with the hit first, that I think is the better play, that I thought was the better play, and still wasn't sure. And let's play this out. So the first thing I do is I hit Control C so that this position is saved, and I can pop it right back in again. For example, after I played it out a bunch of times, all I have to do is hit Control V, and there's the position again. So now I have the position, and I go to Setup, Play from Position. I'm going to play red, and by the way, this helps me understand how to play red's plays as well. I'm going to let the computer play blue. so I can concentrate on how I bring this game home. And I'll also get to watch and see what the computer does and learn about how the computer thinks it's right to play the blue side. Okay, so immediately he comes in and doesn't hit, which is a very common situation. My 6-5 is obvious. I'm going to safety the checker. His roll. Interesting, he didn't split here because he doesn't want to get hit that much. I roll a great roll, very simple to play. I'm starting to like my play based on this. He stays back and covers. And now I have a decision to make. This is great because this helps me understand the play. Again, do I hit 2 and keep going? Do I hit and play 2 to 1, or do I play it quietly and let him play? So again, you can pause the video, think about what you would do, and I'm going to decide what I'm going to do, but I'm going to make the right play after looking at what XG tells me is right, so that when I'm playing it out, I'm truly playing it out the way it should be played out. Because this Extreme Gammon gave me the first thought on the basis that you're going to play right. Okay, so let's see what happens if I hit. How many shots I'm leaving. Again, it might be wrong to hit for the same reason. Too many immediate shots. He hits me with 6-1 and 6-3 is 4 shots. 6-2 and 6-4 is 8 shots. 5-2 and 5-4 is 12 shots. So again, 12 shots is 33% of the time I'm going to get hit immediately here, and that seems like a lot of shots. Let me look at the alternative play. I would break this 3-point, and again, to leave myself higher numbers to play. He moves. I might leave him 13 shots next time, but maybe no shots, and he may be forced to move one of these. So I think if this is a pay later play, just like the first play was, I'm going to make that play. I'm not going to hit. Let's now hit the light bulb. I'm playing in the free mode, which allows me to get a hint, and let's see if I'm right not to hit. Yeah, hitting is a pretty big mistake for all the reasons I said. I came up with the right play. I'm going to make it. Even if I had decided to hit, I'm going to make the right play because I want to see how it plays out playing right. Okay, got one right here. And sure enough, I'm leaving about the same number of shots when all came down. In fact, it is the same number of shots. It's 11 twos plus double one. It's actually 12 shots again. So I didn't get hurt by waiting, and I might have not had to leave a shot. Okay, I'm going to pick up the dice, and it's anecdotal to see what happens now. It looks like the play of hitting that I made me a pretty big favorite as this one rolled out. Whether he hits me or not, I know he's going to hit me a third of the time, and so I can see that I win this game 2/3 of the time when I get to here. And again, whether he hit me or not is not that material. Might be interesting to see the next roll, if I could have hit or not, should I, and this game is over. So what am I going to do? I'm going to hit Control V, and here I am again, ready to go with my play. And I'm going to do this a bunch of times. Let's just do it one more time together. Set up, play from position. I'm seeing how the game plays out, and that time I was rewarded for my wrong play, which is going to happen sometimes. Hit OK. Blue doesn't come in. That's very good for me when he doesn't come in. 6-5. Okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to leave 2 shots in the outfield and take advantage of the fact that he is that he's on the bar, or am I going to play safe and leave myself with 2 checkers on the 13? Again, if you want to, pause it, think about what you would do. I am going to end up doing whatever the computer says is right, but first I want to think myself which of the 2 plays I would make. Okay, the best way to do this is to look at both plays. If I move this checker all the way, there's a very good chance that he comes in, and I am really, really stripped here. And I just don't see much future here. I don't like it. If I do this, I like it a lot if he doesn't hit me. Now, how many times will he hit me? Again, 5-5, 6-6, and 6-5. That's 4 shots. Here it might be worth it, though. He's on the bar. If he doesn't hit me, I love this position much more than the other. This is my play. So let's put it back. I right-clicked to put it back. Let's see what XG says. Yeah, it's right by a lot. Much better to play off the 13 than to leave these 2 checkers here. So I'm going to make the right play. Let's hold my breath. He didn't hit. He danced. That's great. I have a 5-3 to play. I could leave 2 blots in the outfield, or I can just bring this guy home. I'm pretty sure just bringing him home has to be right. Let's make sure before I make the play. Yeah, bringing home is right. Leaving the 2 shots is insane. And I do it. He dances. Okay, I love my play. I'm not proving. Well, it's not over. Let's just see what happens. And by the way, it wasn't just a fluke that this happened. Part of the reason it was wrong to hit is I let him keep a checker back so that he has the potential to do exactly what happened. That's part of his upside. So I wasn't just stung by bad luck. If I hadn't hit him, he wouldn't have had this checker back here to hit me now. Of course, it turns out that he hit me and he could have missed, and I might have missed that detail. But it should have entered my mind, whether he hit me here or not, that he had this opportunity to win. So we now see how another way this play didn't work. I might have to play this game out 20, 30 times. I know Stick has played positions out 100 times or more. Jim Pasco and I had a question about a play, and he's rolled it out, and it was a very complex backgammon play. He's played it out to the end a couple of 100 times. To really understand and play the game out right, you have to really do it quite a bit. And by the way, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose in this play. Let's go back to the original position where I asked the question of the 2-1 play, and you can see that if you make the right play, you win about 57% of the time. If you make the wrong play, you're winning about 10% less, according to XG. So if you only play it out a couple times, it's quite possible you win every time, because 47% is quite a bit of wins. So you really have to play it out a lot of times and not just count the number of times you win and lose. I'm not doing this exercise to see how often I win and lose. That's a waste of my time. I know that this play wins about 10% more. What I'm trying to do is see why it wins and loses more. So in order to understand, I think I have an understanding of the ups and downsides of this play now. So now I need to understand the ups and downsides of the other play, of play A. So I saved it already as play A, and this is if you make the original play the way that XG recommends. And I'm going to play this out a few times, and I'm going to go set up, play from position against extreme gammon. Okay, he did come. He didn't have to come in. Okay, hitting is insane. I'm going to hit and I still leave a blot. If I could hit and not leave a blot, I would consider that, but obviously I'm not doing that. So I'm going to go 2 and 1. But let's, again, before I pick up the dice, make sure I'm right. And yes, that's the right play. I'm giving myself a 3 to play. Hitting is not on the, there it is, down here. Only a 0.945 error, so that was a no-brainer. So I'm going to make that play. Notice how he kept this checker here, even though it's vulnerable to get hit. He doesn't care about getting hit. Helps his timing. This play is automatic. Four, 2. I'm not going to volunteer a double shot. I'm going to play 4. And I have choices on the 2. Am I going to break my board completely and leave myself tremendously vulnerable if there is some hitting? I don't think so. I think it's wrong to play 3 to 2. I would play this play. But again, I'm going to put it back, ask the boss, and he agrees. It would be, all these blots just makes it easy for him, for example, to split with a 1 here. So I'm going to make this play. So far I'm understanding the position. hasn't been a lot to understand. All right, here comes a shot. Oh, no, I can play safe. Do I leave the blot? I don't see any reason to. I mean, it's not going to give you that many more plays to make, but let's find out. Put it back, right click, hit the boss, and it makes my play. You don't leave the blot, just more gammons if you get hit, and gives him a chance to leave a blot here, bearing off, and so on. Okay, he rolls. Notice how he kept his board. Okay, I can't hit. I have two choices. Okay, that's 20 shots is ones and threes, and that's it. He's got 20 shots. Of course, a 2-1 hits 2. Go back. I know this is 17 shots plus another 11 shots is 28, less the double 2 and 6-2. So double 2, it makes it 27. 6-2 makes it 25 shots. So I think it's a no-brainer. I'd rather leave fewer shots and bring both down. Let's see what I did, if I did right. Yes, it's a no-brainer. You bring them down. Okay, so now before I pick up the dice, I just want to think about this. I'm going to lose on 20 numbers, and 16 when he misses. I'm almost always home free. I can't think of too many numbers. Well, yeah, 6, 6-1, 5-1. Ones aren't very good here. 6-1, 5-1, 4-1, 3-1 points on them. 2-1, you make the point. So the one, you're not home free all the time, even if you don't get hit here. All right, so I have a feel for how this played out already, and I'm going to pick up the dice.
Double.
He doubled. Well, you'd think it wouldn't be a double in a lot of situations here, because the 16 times that he misses, I win almost all the time. But why is it a double? That's another thing to think about. And the answer is because often when he hits, he wins gammons, and I'm not going to win any gammons. So the gammons add up to his hitting. If he hits both checkers, he has about, well, it's 40% with 2 on the bar, but because he has this baby wasted on the ace point, he probably gets something close to 35% gammons here if he hits both checkers. If he hits one checker, well, one checker up is about 3.5% gammons, but because the other checker would still be out here, he probably gets about 8% gammons or 7% gammons. So it's the gammons that make it into a double. And of course you have to take. There's no question in my mind about that. Let's see what the boss says. It is a redouble. It is a take. It's not a very big redouble, and you average out to about 10% gammons. That's the difference on why it would be, why it's a double. I must honestly tell you, because this checker is here, I probably would have missed this double. If this checker was up high, I probably would have doubled. That I would have thought this threw the gammons down too low. But let's play it out. Take it. Oops, he hits 2. And remember I said that I estimated that gammons are around 35% after he hits 2. Let's see. His gammons, 44%. Yeah, it's higher because my board is crashed and he can bear off more aggressively. And that raises the gammons. So I read that part wrong. I thought his gammons, I know that with a perfect bear off, and if I have a decent inner board, it's 40% gammons, but I discounted his gammons because of the less perfect bear off. So I've learned something here too. When I have a crashed board, I forgot that he gets more gammons because he can bear off aggressively. So I've learned something. I've also seen how this game plays out poorly in this situation, and I'm going to play again. I'm going to stop here. I don't care whether he wins the gammon or not. I care about how my play plays out. So I'm going to hit Control V and do it again. We're going to play, no, I wanted to play A. So I'm going to play open, no, play A, and now I'm going to hit Control C, which I forgot to do before. And I'm going to play it out again. I think you got the idea now. And you also get the idea that you don't learn from playing it out once or twice or 3 times. You really need to play it out a bunch of times to see all the trouble, how much more trouble you get into with the hitting play than with XG's play. So this is a form of deliberate practice. This is how you understand positions, and often it's right to get help, because I still need help. And the help that I get, I'm very fortunate in my teaching group to have Perry, Stick, John O'Hagan, Steve Sachs, Mochi, Michi, David Presser, Tobias, Fernando. I've got a bunch of really, really top, high-level players who understand the game very, very well that I can call on to help me. And sometimes, as you can see, I need it. They're all better than I am as players. I'm a very, very good teacher and very good at organizing the teaching, and I'm well known for that. But when it comes to playing, certainly they're all far ahead of me. I hope to get there someday. I'm still trying. I hope this was interesting for you. If you got this position wrong and you still don't understand it, I recommend you try playing it out this way. Thanks for watching. Phil Simborg. You can go to www.thebackgammonlearningcenter.com, find out more about our teaching methods and our approach to teaching, and I think you'll find that it's fun, exciting, and I'm convinced, the fastest way to improve your game. On a one-to-one basis, teaching with a good coach will get you up there faster than any other method. I've counted about 41 ABT intermediate events in the last 10 to 12 years have been won by students of mine. And if you count the other students of my co-teachers, it's a huge number of intermediate winners. And then you go to the Open, and there's quite a few Open tournament winners around the world that have been my students or students of the Backgammon Learning Center, even this past year. So quite a few have taken advantage of our teaching and done very well. And of course, there's a lot of money players out there that don't play tournaments at all that have gained quite a bit. So if you really want to learn the game well, learn it fast, learn the latest material, much of which is not in books, come to the backgammonlearningcenter.com. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.